Alright, what's going on, guys? This is Maury,
Pat,
Mark, and Dave from the Erie Better Beer Bureau. Today we got a review from Cascade Brewing. This is their Noir, which is a blend of sour red ales. Then they age them in oak and bourbon barrels for 12 months. Then they combine them with Bing cherries and sour pie cherries. Yeah. And then age it in oak barrels again for an additional 6 months.
Wow.
So it's
this
got
is
some
2011.
Yeah, this is a 2011 project from them, and I think it runs in 9.2% alcohol.
Ooh, yeah.
There's the cherries and the funk.
Yeah. That smells awesome.
Yeah, it does. I'm getting like a mild, like spicy aroma,
Yeah,
even with
bit.
that sour, sweet cherries. I get sour cherries.
It's sweet too, though.
Yeah, it's like sweet and sour.
It's like you rolled a Luden's cherry cough drop in ginger, kind of. It's
Yeah, and it has almost like almost like an Asian, like General Tso's type of smell to it or something.
I do see what you're saying, though, Mark. Like, initially, like, you know, when I first smelled it, it was mainly tart cherry and funk, but then I started to get a little bit of like almost like a sweet, you know,
sweet cherry,
cherry in there as well. Sorry to put my arm around
Yeah.
that.
That's right.
Cheers.
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 Oh man. Well, it kind of throws you out because it's sweet up front, and you're like, oh, this is actually kind of sweet. And then boom, you get this wave of sour.
Yeah.
I don't get a lot of funk. You know, it's sour.
Right.
Like the sour
Yeah.
cherries.
I don't get a lot of barnyard out of
Yeah.
it.
No,
Right.
it's more of a straight
But
sour.
it's just a real like puckering sour.
But at the same time, I get these waves of sourness and waves of sweetness, almost like I get in the aroma. It's
I'm
like
getting the bourbon now. Like when I'm tasting
I
it
forgot about the bourbon.
on the back end, I'm getting like the bourbon. It's like a sweet bourbon. I'm getting the bourbon on the aroma now too.
I'm still not getting a lot of. I mean, I'm getting. There is kind of like a.
It's there.
Like
I'm just kind of hunting for
a
it.
little bit of butteriness underneath.
Yeah.
That's mostly what I'm getting. I'm not getting a ton of bourbon though.
I'm not getting a ton of it either, but I'm saying that like I could see.
I could tell a portion of this was aged in bourbon barrels. It's
That's
not
what-
overwhelming. It's very subtle.
If I didn't know that, I wouldn't have guessed. But
No,
if
I
you
wouldn't
search
either.
for it.
It's really more in the aftertaste than anything.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna give the Sang Noir here. I'm gonna give it a 4.5. I think it's pretty darn good. You know, some sours can just be all out tart, which even that I don't really mind. I find this one a little more complex. I like the contrast between a little bit of sweetness and, you know, the tartness, and then you can taste the fruits. I'm getting the oak. I don't know if I'm getting the bourbon, but you know, there's that sweetness in there. I think it's pretty good. I'm giving it a 4.5.
All right. I'm going to give this beer a 4.25 out of 5. It's an enjoyable beer. I do especially like the transition of the sweet cherry flavor right off the bat, that then transitions without warning into a very sour cherry.
Yeah.
It just kind of hits you. I do wish there was a little more oakiness, maybe a little more bourbon out of it for being aged. But yeah, I'd say it's an enjoyable beer. 4.25.
Yeah, I'd definitely say about 4.25. I don't think I've had as many sours as these guys had, but the dry finish, like you said, you know, it's it's a little too dry almost. I mean, when I get done drinking some, it's like I need to go back for more because it's pretty dry.
I don't see the problem.
That's what
Yeah, I know. But the complexities of this is really nice. You know, the sweet and the sour, and just a little bit of everything about this is pretty good. We have several more Cascades. Don't know if we're going to review them all, or but
We'll do our best.
we'll try.
We pick and choose.
So I'm anxious to get to those too. So 4.25.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with a solid 4.5 on this one. You know, I'm even entertaining the idea of going a little higher, but it's definitely up in the elite category for me. The thing that sets it aside, like Maury mentioned, is that sweet and sour cherry flavor that are both distinct from each other. And I love all the subtle flavors you get out of this. That real subtle back note of bourbon on the back end of your palate. All those subtle aromas, the cherry, the oak, all those nice little balanced flavors in there that really make it probably one of the more complex sours that I've tasted. You know, the only ones I can really put ahead of this at this point for me are maybe some of the Russian River sours that I've had. But yeah, this is very close behind those in my opinion. So yeah, 4.5.
Till next time.
Cheers.